The A-League round 19 is going to be one wild ride. The ladder could change completely and the playoff picture could be turned upside down. Get ready for heart-pounding action, thrilling goals, and unforgettable moments. We want to hear from you. Leave a comment down below with your predictions and let us know if you can predict the outcomes. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more exciting A-League content. Now, let's get out of business. Adelaide United received Melbourne City on a Friday for a very important game to the top six. City is still the first, and winning or losing doesn't change anything in the ladder for them. But Adelaide has an incredible chance to finish the day in the second position if they add points, as they are now the fourth place. The data indicate that Melbourne City and Adelaide United are pretty much similar. In terms of scoring, average scoring, Adelaide has 1.88 versus 1.89 for City. And in goals conceded, Adelaide has 1 versus 1.11 again for the City. Craig Goodwin hasn't scored in the last 2 games, but is still fundamental to the team. He's the top goal scorer with 7 goals. Javi Lopez has also been important both defensively and offensively to Adelaide. Unfortunately, many players such as Huande, Joshua Cavallo, Blackwood, and more are injured. Ryan Quito may be returning from suspension to further strengthen the team. On the Melbourne City side, Jamie McLaren, aka Macajay, is still the top goal scorer with 18 goals. Matthew Leckie is now injured for up to 8 weeks, and he represents a massive loss for the City, just reaching close to the end of the regular season. As City will most likely to be present in the finals, so let's see if he will return at a high level. This is a game of 2 very good teams facing injury issues that could break their form at this time of the competition. I still think Adelaide at home is strong and can live with a win, but there's 100% a tough game. I believe it could be 2-1 for Adelaide, as they need those points more, and City usually doesn't play very well against top 6 teams. We will have a Saturday full of games. Wellington Phoenix versus Newcastle Jets starts it. The game is worth a place in the top 6. The Knicks are in the 5th position with 25 points, and the Jets are in the 7th with 24. In terms of data, the Knicks has scored 2 goals per game and conceded 1.67 on average. They are in average form at home so far with 2 wins, 2 draws, and 1 loss in the last 5 games. Newcastle Jets isn't backed by the data this time, with 0.78 goals scored and 1.67 goals conceded when playing away. But their current form is quite good, with also 2 wins, 2 draws, and 1 loss. Oscar Zawada has 10 goals in the competition now and is the team's top goal scorer. Bozidar Kraev follows with 7 goals. Ugarkovic is one of the main performing players right now, and Kalen Elliott may be coming from suspension, which is terrific news for the Knicks. Beka Mikotadze is now the top 4 scorer with 5 goals, and Trent follows with 4. Carl Jenkinson has been providing good defensive support and is one of the best performing players in the team. Reno Piscopo is injured and may not play for a while, which is a bad news for the Jets actually. Anything can happen in this game, and I believe that both teams may score. I see Wellington Phoenix is slightly better now, with attacking players striking more often. The Jets have a few problems scoring twice playing away, so I guess Wellington Phoenix could score 2 goals at least to secure the win. But for this game, I believe it could be 3-1 for Wellington Phoenix. A bit later on Saturday, Western United and Perth Glory may play to avoid being the wooden spoon at the end of the round. Western United is the second last team with 19 points, and Perth Glory is in the 10th with 20. Tell me in the comments if you believe any of these teams can make it through to the finals. The data puts Western United a slightly better team than Perth Glory. They score 1.1 per game and concede 1.6 goals on average, while Glory scores 0.78 goals on average and concedes 1.89 goals when playing away. Priovic and Milanovic remains the top goal scorer with 4 goals each. The former score last score was 2 games ago, and the latter was 5 games ago. Western United hasn't found a way to score more goals yet. Joshua Risdon and Neil Kilkenny are the best performing players right now, as Western United relies on crosses to reach Priovic. On Glory side, David Williams is the top team goal scorer with 5 goals. Jelatic and Selim Khelifi are the top performing players to serve the team offensively. However, Perth Glory has been struggling to score when playing away. This game tends to be the hardest to watch due to the players from both teams struggling to demonstrate a good football for a while. Western United rarely scored twice in a game, and Perth Glory had only one win in the last 9 games away. In the last game, Glory won by 1-0 at home. But now I believe that this game will be a draw because both teams are pretty similar. So 1-1. Do you see this QR code in the center? This is the free pass to my community on Telegram. Scan it now or go to predictortalk.com/join community to be part as well. There is a place for talk football 24/7, and we also cover more bets from other leagues. So join us now. Also playing on Saturday, Western Sydney Wanderers and Central Coast Mariners make a game that every point counts. Both teams have 28 points, and the goal difference is what puts Central Coast in the second and Wanderers in third place. It's also a second best attack versus the best defense of the competition. The data show that both teams are similar, with the Mariners being better at attacking and the Wanderers defending. The Mariners' scoring average is 1.75 versus 1.56 to Western United. And Indigo's conceded is 1.5 to Mariners versus 0.67 to Western Sydney. Western Sydney may have fixed their goals issue, and Brendo Borrello is now the top goal scorer with 7 goals. Marcelo and Yeni, who's coming back from suspension, are the top performing players of the team, which highlights a good balance between attack and defense. On the Central Coast side, Jason Cummings is still the second top goal scorer of the A-League with 12 goals. Benny, Marco Tulio, and Samuel Silveira offers strong support as they combine 13 goals. Kaltak, Moraes, and the coach Nick Montgomery got 2 game suspension and won't be available for this round. This is a very good, tough game to predict because both teams are really good and it may make it to the finals. But I believe that Central Coast may have some issues without the head coach and other players, and plus Western Sydney has been playing more offensively and scoring goals after the new signings. So in my opinion, this game may be 2-0 to Western Sydney. The Big Blue closes the Saturday games. Sydney FC receives Melbourne Victory with the aim to keep themselves in the top 6. This is a challenge because they own the worst home campaign so far. Melbourne Victory is trying to get rid of the wooden spoon, and they need to keep adding points to their campaign, especially because their away campaign is far away from good. The data indicate that Sydney FC is a slightly better team than Melbourne Victory. Sydney scores 1.25 goals per game and concedes 1.75 goals on average, while Victory scores 0.89 but concedes 1.56 goals per game. Joe Lolly and Robert Mack combined 10 goals for Sydney. Adam Lefondre may not play due to his injury, and James Donaghy returned from suspension and may play this game. Bruno Fornaroli has deserved to be in the starting 11 after being the new top goal scorer with 4 goals. The offensive midfielder Jake Bremer is the most performing player lately with 3 goals and 3 assists. Even though Melbourne Victory has not been winning away games lately, they have scored at least once in 4 of 5 games. Sydney FC beat teams like Central Coast and Melbourne Victory at home, but their campaign is poor in general. This is a tough game to predict because anything can actually happen, and this is what makes this game and the actual whole round entertaining. I am going for 2-1 Sydney FC because I see that they can seek the top 6 until the last rounds. Macarthur and Brisbane Roar closes the round. This is a game of two teams that still have time to change their fate in the league but are not playing for it. The Bulls are the 8th with 21 points and the Roar are the 9th with 20. The data indicate that Macarthur is slightly better than Brisbane Roar. The Bulls score 1.33 per game and concede 1.11 on average playing at home, and the Roar scores 0.88 and concede 1.38 on average playing away. The right back Matthew Miller is the Bulls' top goal scorer with 4 goals. Craig Noone is suspended. Willie Davila and Lachlan Rose are injured and may not play this game. The striker Jason Romero has signed and may play for the Bulls in this game. He could be a game changer for the team. Carlo Amiento is still the top goal scorer with 3 goals. Jay O'Shea, Rob Cruz, and Joe Knowles are injured and may not play this game. They are all offensive players, and this is surely a concern to Brisbane. Both teams haven't had a good sequence so far and are now suffering from a few injuries as well. I feel like the Bulls are slightly better in this game, especially if the new signing plays. However, I would go for a draw because neither has been playing in a top 6 level, so they remain together on the lane. It's a draw 1-1 for me. Now I would like to show you all the bets I placed for this upcoming round. Be mindful that the odds may be different from what you see here. And feel free to copy them to your bet slip, but never use any money that you can't afford to lose. Sports betting has risks, as any other investment, and nobody becomes rich overnight. So always bet responsibly. Subscribe to the channel to receive the next game's analysis. The space is now open for you to share your opinions. And I'll see you soon.